Welcome, everybody, to the Capes and Cast Members podcast, the show where cosplay meets life and characters spill the tea. I am your host, Bradley Bear 3000. This week, I am super excited to be joined by a face of Halloween that you probably don't recognize, and for good reason, and we'll find out in just a moment. But I am very happy to bring to the show Mr. Nate Wise.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, who couldn't? Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at the eyes.
Brad. And thank you for having me, Brad.
Not yet, but maybe soon.
Okay.
Show's not over yet.
We are in separate locations, I think.
Don't turn around. Nate, yes, of course. Thank you for being on the show. I'm super excited because it is always a good time to talk to you. And it is just about scary season right around the corner.
That it is.
The stores are filled. The school supplies are going away, and the pumpkins are coming out.
Thank God.
And one day you'll come out too. But before that, you folks may have seen Nate at various theme parks if you are in the Southern California area. And never known it. He might have even scared the hell out of you, and you can thank him later. But Nate, where would they have seen you?
That's a great question. So I've worked a couple different locations throughout my time here. If we're talking theme parks, I've worked both at Six Flags Magic Mountain for Fright Fest and also for Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights. So two very fun Halloween events.
Oh,
as a scare actor. I've performed quite a bit at Six Flags and different shows as well for different seasons of the year. Universal so far, it's just been Halloween, but you definitely may have run into me because I've been doing this now for over 10 years. Over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Over 10. Oh, yeah.
So long, Nate. You're like 10. You were like 10.
I was 10 years old when I started. It's kind of like a Temu shop, but, they...
Yes. Temu Nate. Speaking of where you started, I do love your origin story. So take us in the Wayback Machine and how little haunted Nate happened.
You got it. Putting on the time machine, going ahead and going way back. So my mom, and my dad met right in 19. Okay, let's skip forward a little bit here. We'll skip ahead a little bit more. So let's start. So how I got involved in this. So people ask me this all the time. So I could talk about Halloween for hours. I'm gonna try to give you the brief version, which for me is hard, based off this explanation alone. But we're just gonna go with it. So I started out with my Halloween career pretty early on, actually. So I didn't really like horror. I didn't really like scary things growing up. I was not really that big of a fan. One of the scariest movies as a kid that I watched is gonna be really funny to you. It's Scary Movie 3.
Okay.
Because it had the ring. I was a child, so it was a little spooky. And I didn't really like horror all that much. And one year, my brother and I, who were big theme park fans, and I'm gonna be talking about my older brother Matt Wise quite a bit.
Shout out to Matt Wise.
Shout out, big Matt Wise, who we can talk about in a moment, who's actually working a Halloween attraction that just opened in Las Vegas. So we can talk about that.
Oh, awesome.
When we get to the future, current times. But he and I were big theme park fans, and we used to watch these like videos of people going to like Fright Fest and Halloween Horror Nights. And we said, that'd be fun because we used to be big theme park fans, but not really Halloween fans.
Sure.
And especially around 2007, 8, 2009, when these Halloween events really ramping up. I know Not Scary Farm's been going like forever, but I feel like
since the 70s,
the mid 2000s really kind of ramped up, especially with Halloween Horror Nights returning in 2006. I think really ramped up the competition, and Fright Fest started booming, and that's kind of the big haunt era, right? It started in 2008, 9, 10, around there. So in 2007, we went to our very first Halloween haunted attraction. Besides like maybe going to someone's garage during Halloween, they built a little Halloween like spooky house for trick-or-treaters. Our first Halloween attraction we went to was Fright Fest at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I went in 2007. Both of us could not drive at the time. I was young. I'm not that.
Sure.
I'm 30 years old now. So 2007, I can't remember.
Me either.
12,
I can't.
13, 12.
Me
But
too.
you too. Yeah, we're the same age. So my mom dropped my brother and I off. We went to Six Flags. We had passes. Six Flags has that deal where you can just go to Fright Fest if you have a pass. So we went and
Yeah.
we had such a great time going through the haunted houses and seeing the scare zones and getting the pants scared off of us. We had to go back. 2008, we went back a second time. We had so much fun that second time. We said next year, let's go to all of them. Why just do Fright Fest? Let's go do Halloween Horror Nights. Let's go do Not Scary Farm. I
See
was
them
in
all.
I know I was a freshman in high school. My brother was driving, so I was like, I'll drive us. So, all right. So him and I would go after school. We both get out of high school together. He's a senior, I was a freshman. We just
Mhm.
jump in his car, we'd change, and we just go right over and we'd go to these Halloween events. We went to all three that year. I went to Fright Fest, Not Scary Farm, and Halloween Horror Nights. And after 2009, it was kind of game, set, and match for me. It was off to the races every year like clockwork. I've been to Halloween Horror Nights every year since 2009. Fright Fest, I've been to every year since 2008,
Mhm.
because I went as a guest. And then, of course, I ended up working there. Knott's, I've been off and on. That one's a little bit harder for me to get out to just because of how far away it is. But that one
Sure.
I've been out to at least 7, 8 times throughout the year. So, like in multiple, sometimes even more than once per year as well, because
Oh
it's just
yeah.
a fun time. So, love haunts, love working these Halloween events. It makes it a lot harder for me to go to them once I started working it, which was in 2013 is when I started. But especially living so close to Six Flags and Universal, it made it a lot easier. But Halloween, we were all about it. I started getting into Halloween celebrations, getting really into trick or treating. So I used to love Halloween as a kid, but it wasn't my favorite holiday.
Right.
Now, without a doubt, Halloween is far, far in between that and my next favorite holiday. I love Halloween. Big in
What's
it.
your next? What's your next favorite?
That's a great question. I
Arbor Day.
really, yeah, Arbor Day. I love Arbor Day. Gotta plant me some trees. Plant me
Respect.
some
Yeah.
trees. Earth Day. Go Earth. Go Earth. Yeah. I
Right on.
really what's my second favorite holiday? I've always enjoyed Christmas a lot, and that's pretty basic. Christmas is a good time. It's
Good
like spending
answer.
it's fun.
No
I like
worries.
Christmas. I just like themed events. That's what I learned. Halloween was the start of me getting into entertainment and events all together, and now I just
Mhm.
like themed events in general. Now, horror is still my favorite, but hey, I can get down with a Christmas event. I've seen you at a Christmas event before, Brad. I've run into you at multiple Halloween and Christmas themed events at different theme parks and
It's
locations.
true. You have.
Yeah. But anyways, we started going to all these Halloween events. I started watching horror movies. I was addicted. I got into horror. I started like looking up all these old school horror films. And the more I worked these events, the more and more I got addicted to the horror genre. Now it's by far my favorite genre for movies, for media. I love horror. Big diehard horror guy. So and I have been
All
for
right.
years.
So quick pause. This
Okay.
year so far, favorite horror movie
This year so far. Oh,
so
that's a hard
far.
question. I'm gonna say probably Weapons. Weapons.
Ah, everyone's
I
talking about
I
that.
just saw Weapons. I'm addicted. I think it's so good. I cannot wait to go see it again. I'm gonna see it a second time for sure.
I'm seeing it tomorrow. Seeing it
I hope
tomorrow.
you like it. I love Ryan Kreger as well. He was in a sketch group. I'm a comedian too, right? Which is funny. I
You
do
sure
comedy on
are.
the side. And Ryan Kreger was in a sketch group I used to watch a lot when I was younger. It was called The
Mhm.
Whites Kid You Know. So funny. Didn't realize that when I watched Barbarian. Very funny now that I've seen Weapons and I
Yeah.
understand who he is. But yeah, great director. I think it was a great movie. So I highly recommend it. There's been some pretty cool horror this year. There's been some pretty cool horror. Sinners was awesome. There's been some awesome horror
Sinners. I'm
films. Yeah.
all about
Sinners
Sinners.
Sinners is an awesome horror film. So yeah, it's been some pretty good ones out there. But
We need a maze for Sinners.
we do. That we
Yeah.
do. That we do.
Back to your story.
Back to my story. So we were going to these as guests the entire time. In 2008 as well, I liked Fright Fest so much, I started scaring. I went out with some of my friends. We went trick or treating, and little me, I was running around scaring other trick or treaters. We were walking around. 2009, my brother and I and some of his high school friends set up a haunted house in front of one of his friends' like driveways. He had a pretty long driveway, and we set up a
Mhm.
haunted house and started scaring there, and kind of we kept doing it. It was a ton of fun. We
You
actually
got the
built
bug.
we got the bug. We even started
Yeah.
building and designing our own, right? So we started designing our own mazes. My brother and I learned how to use like Google SketchUp and a few other apps, and we would design haunted houses and we would build them. We would save up all of our like allowance and like laundry money, right? We'd go to Harbor Freight Tools and buy the cheapest wood that we could
Oh
buy
yeah.
and tarps and cinder blocks to build an actual maze. And we would literally build a maze in front of my house. We did that both for 2011 and 2012. and it was pretty big. We measured it at about 1,000 square feet both years, which is pretty big for it's an amateur haunted house that we just kind
For
of
being
slapped together.
kids. For being
Yeah,
kids,
yeah,
yeah.
and Matt was
Some kids are making tree houses. You're like, "Let's scare
a
everybody."
haunted house.
Yeah.
And we were taking inspiration from other places because we were just really just into it, and
Mm.
the idea of creating theme parks and theme parks attractions. And we even learned how to do like the fun strobe light sound effect that Universal likes to do. We figured out a way to do that using because you know how Christmas decorations always come super early. There's a
Yes.
remote control Christmas light device you can turn on and off with the remote. And so I said, why
Mhm.
don't we just tape that to a side of a prop? You plug in a strobe light to the electrical box, and there you go. You have your own strobe trigger. Of course, the ones they use other places are much more advanced than that. But hey, for a 17-year-old guy just figuring that out by himself, I think that was pretty good. So
Every Steven Spielberg had to start somewhere.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And we made these really cool haunted mazes in front of our house, and we just loved it. So when I
Seizures
turned
be
yes,
damned.
seizures be damned. We warn people, right? As long as you put a little disclaimer, hey, there's strobe lights, enter at your own risk.
All right.
We had a few people come through that were like, oh, they are potentially athletic, and they told us that beforehand. So me and my brother would run through, we shut off all the strobe lights to make sure nothing was going on, and let them come
Aw.
through. Yeah, it's like a amateur haunted house. We were just having fun. It's all free and just for fun. We give out candy at the end. It was a lot of fun. We'd invite our friends, but I'll have to send you some photos of this Brad at another time because I can go way deep into this. How we used to make these mazes. 2013 rolls around. I just graduated high school and I just turned 18. I said I want to go get paid for this as well, and so we my brother and I auditioned. We were going, do we go to Universal or Fright Fest? Knott's was not an option. I really wanted the new Knott's at first. It just was not an option for us
It was not an
because
option.
it was
I would love. That would be my dream, but far away.
2013, I turned 18. We went to get paid for this. And our goal initially was to let's work Fright Fest for a few years and then we were going to move and go to Universal Halloween Horror Nights. That was the initial plan, and of course, things never go to plan.
So, yeah, you had a plan and you're
Yes,
in Hollywood, so those always go perfect, I hear.
exactly, right? And none of that went to plan. We go to Fright Fest, we auditioned, we said, maybe, if we do it a year or two, maybe we'll get to scare together. That was our goal. My brother and I just said, we want to
Aw.
be together and
Brothers
perform together
brothers who
and
scare together.
just have fun. But we said, no matter what, let's work hard, let's have fun, and let's just give it our all. And we show up for our dress rehearsal, not knowing where we were going to be. And surprise, surprise, we say, hey, we never got our casting. They say, oh, let me look. And they said, oh, you're both together in the scare zone that we wanted to be in. And they're like, you're both going to be sliding. Do you know what sliding is? And we were like, yeah, we know what that is. We've never done it before, but we had kind of done it before, but never like the way they wanted us to do it. So they said, yeah, just hop in.
My knees hurt just from the word. So what's tell the kids what sliding is.
All right. So sliding, great question. So sliding, something you're going to see at a lot of Halloween events. It was popularized at Not Scary Farm. They do it
Mhm.
at Fright Fest, but they kind of do it all over now. I've seen videos on TikTok and online of kind of folks around the world doing it. But basically, it's a scare tactic. That's how it started. At least you have a ghoul or some kind of creature running at you. The performer is wearing specialized gear like knee pads, usually gloves with some kind of plastic or
Uh-huh.
metal tips on it, and steel toed or plastic toed shoes. So you can throw yourself on the floor and it creates like a gliding effect that also has really loud sounds. And it sounds like you're scraping along the floor. And generally, if you're wearing metal or what you have on your hands and feet will produce sparks as well. So you might even see some sparks flying at you in the dark.
Sounds like Lazy Bear last weekend, but go
Yeah,
on.
that's for sure. Yeah, it sounds like my Thursday night. So, and we're not talking about the little burgers either. We're talking about humans with knee pads on. So yes, the sliders.
We always
Uh,
are.
oh yeah, and it's a really cool effect. It's kind of again, it's done all over now. It looks awesome in the dark, and it fits some characters very well. It's a fun scare tactic. It kind of lets you have noisemakers all over your body, which is a lot of fun, which I like. But you use like metal tip gloves. We used to put like sparking bars into our palms. So as we're scraping along the floor, it would leave sparks. And then the steel toe shoes, generally you just take a steel toe boot from like Walmart. You cut the steel toe
Mhm.
out, you glue it onto a comfortable shoe that you can use. And that'll spark as well to make it a little bit easier. So you're not running around in steel toed boots because that's hard to do all night because this is a lot more work than people might think it is. But
And what all right,
yeah,
what is the
these
average lifespan of someone who is a slider?
what do you mean by
Like
lifespan? Like
like
how long they live?
seasons, like how many seasons can you do that before you're
You
like,
know,
"I
it
can't."
it depends because as long as you're doing it safely, right, and you're not
Mm,
killing yourself, you gotta be really careful because you could probably do it for a couple years. I mean, I did it for almost 10 years. I know
ooh,
folks who have been doing it over at Knott's for 20 plus. Like, they've been sliding since the dawn of sliding, like, when it first started. And they knew the guys that
bless.
first started doing it, and they're still doing it
Alright.
to this day. So it depends. Again, you just gotta
God
take
bless
care
the
of your body.
sliders.
That's right.
I
You got
I
some
don't.
classic sliders, and you gotta come down smooth like an airplane is how we used to teach it, not flat like a helicopter. Because you wanna go in smooth like a volleyball dive, so that way you're not hurting your knees, and by
That's
the
just good
end
light advice for life right there.
honestly, yeah,
Smooth like an airplane.
smooth like an airplane, and by the end of our time by the end of our time at Fright Fest, we would have so much padding inside of our knee pads. I would have, like, I can see it on camera now, like, this much padding per knee, so I could barely even feel the ground. The knees are not what you need to worry about. It's your lower back. That's what you need to worry about, and what I wish someone had told me 10 years ago. Um, but yes, you gotta really be careful. Working at a Halloween event is a lot more physically demanding than people might think. And we also found that out year one, day one. I learned the lesson the hard way, unfortunately. So there we are, 18 years old for me. My brother's 21, going back to what we are talking about.
Mhm.
We get the scare zone. Hey, you're gonna be sliders. You're doing this really cool thing at a scare zone that you wanted to be together. We were so ecstatic. It was the theme that we wanted to be. We just loved it. It was so much fun. Night one rolls around, opening night of Fright Fest 2013. I overdid it so badly in the first night. We were open till 1 AM. It hits 11 o'clock, and I am laying on the floor, sick as a dog. I'm like, I
Oh,
feel like I'm gonna throw up. I have and I
oh,
grew up playing sports. I grew up playing sports. I was no stranger to running around and working hard. I was so sick to my stomach. I was like, I'm gonna hurl. I'm gonna throw up. I've been running around too much. And they didn't tell me until the second night that, "Hey, if you need to take a break, if you're not feeling well, just come back, come off set, come get some water." I thought I wasn't allowed to take a break until my 15-minute break or my 45-minute lunch break,
right.
and that was because, I was 18 years old, no one told me, "Hey,
Sure,
it's
it's your
okay to
first
stop and."
gig.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's my first real official work gig too, so I was like, "Oh, geez," with a big corporation, and I'm getting paid,
and
and I'm this cool
you
role.
you you like to, make a good impression. You like to give everything you got, so I can see you making
Yeah.
yourself sick.
And I really was like, I want to make sure I'm keeping up with my brother and I want to show him that I'm 18, but you can trust me to do this. And I got so sick. We had full facial prosthetics on. The makeup artist at the end of the night, 1:30 a.m. I somehow bared it through the whole night. Costume off, makeup was off, ran to the bathroom, was thrown up for like 30 straight minutes. Driving home that night to Simi Valley, where we lived at the time,
Mm.
we stopped by a Burger King that which is the only thing open at the time to get a Sprite because I was like, "I need something for my stomach ASAP." I had fries and a Sprite to just fill my stomach back up because I had thrown up
Mm.
so much. It was the best Sprite I have ever had in my entire life. That was the best soda I've ever had in my entire life, bar none. And we were walking with our sports bags. We're walking our duffel bags into my house at like 2:30 a.m. in the morning. We looked at each other and we said, "I don't know if I can do this. This is really hard." And him and I both said, what do you wanna do?" And we said, "Let's just stick it out and see if we can do it because this is very tough, but maybe we can just pace ourselves. We need to experiment a little bit,
Right?
and we'll
Gotta
try
get
it."
your
And
body used to it, like any kind of training, yeah.
correct, we had grown up. My dad's a military guy, very strict but fair, but very strict with my brother and I, and, kept us very
Handsome.
active and handsome man he is, yes.
Yes.
And, kept us very active and in sports, and I'm so glad he did, and I didn't really get and he was always supportive if we wanted to try theater, but my brother and I were just so into sports, I never thought that theater entertainment was an option. This was just a side gig for me. It's just something I was having fun doing. I was actually in school to become an architect, but believe it or not, I wanted to major in architecture. I wanted to
Design
design.
dog houses.
I wanted to design dog houses. And, but we were sports people. We said, let's stick it out. Let's at least try it at least a 2, 3. We're going to give it 3 weekends. We said, if we can't make it 3 weekends, then we'll talk about maybe quitting. Let's just try to make it the first 3 weeks, see if we like it. After that second weekend, the end of weekend number 2, we had a friend of ours that worked in the scare zone say, hey, new guys, like every Sunday, all of us go out to the local TGI Fridays and we all get drinks afterwards. And if you're not over 21, well, there's still like the restaurant's still
Uh,
open. You can just go and hang out. And we invite everybody, every scare zone, all the mazes, everyone comes out and we just have like little after parties every single Sunday. You should show up. So we said, all
you all
right,
become like your own tribe of folks, like
that you
carnival
do.
folks.
That you
Yeah.
do. And we went out and we had such a fun time. We said, we got to keep doing this. And we were just hooked. And again, rest is history. We had an amazing year. People got to know us very well. We obviously worked our butts off, but we had so much fun. Then year after year, we kept coming back and we kept coming back and learning more and more about sliding, about a character work. I was always kind of a silly, funny guy, but improv as well, because you're talking to people, you're out there talking to people, and it was just training me how to like talk to people. I was picking up life skills that you never would think that you would get from working a Halloween attraction. I was picking up, and after
You
years of
never
this,
know.
they come to us after one of the auditions, Brad, and they say, hey, would you guys like to come work a convention with us? The very first ever Midsummer Scream, which is funny because that's
Yeah.
actually this weekend. I will be there
It
this weekend.
is.
I'm
I
gonna
I
go this
was
weekend.
I was at the very first. Yeah,
I
very
was there
first.
too. If you went by the Fright Fest booth, I was there. I was
I'm
a
sure I
zombie,
did.
so we probably
Oh,
bumped into each other.
cute
Uh,
zombie.
there, yeah, yeah, who
Mm.
knows? So I worked the very first ever Midsummer Scream at the Six Flags booth. I was scaring. They did a makeup demo on me with people watching. Then I was scaring, passing out flyers. The second day, because it was only a 2-day event at the time, we had our panel right after, right before Halloween Horror Nights had theirs, and I got to go on stage and I was like scaring the audience and interacting with people while they were presenting. Like, hey, this is what's new for Fright Fest. I think it was 2015 or 16 that first Midsummer Scream was.
Yeah, and just for those of you that don't know, Midsummer
Yes.
Scream is a great event in the SoCal area where all the different vendors come together for the horror mazes. Little Nate could have used them back in the day for his makeshift horror mazes, and they also do major announcements from the theme parks generally to who's got what mazes, what IP, what characters, and all that
Yeah,
good
theme
stuff.
parks and
Yeah,
vendors with cool merch and just so much fun stuff.
and
People dress
everyone
up.
dress up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great.
yeah.
You should
It's
all
like a
go.
Comic-Con for horror. It's great.
Mm.
It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to put it. So we performed in this event, that convention. The next year they had us come back, and then after that they started saying, "Hey, would you like to come? Maybe help us. We're going to try to make a lot of our gear for sliders in house. Do you want to try to help us build some of it?" We said, "Sure." And the next year, "Hey, you guys have been doing this for a while. Do you guys want to train some of the new actors?" And they were kind of giving us more and more responsibility. And eventually, I got to learn my second next skill I learned for weird events, which I still actually do quite a bit to this day and make a
You
lot of
you
money doing.
you love equipment.
I do
Yeah.
love my equipment. At the time, the highest paying position in the park for like performing was a stilt performer and working on stilts.
Of course it was.
They had it for Fright Fest, but they also had it for their holiday event, Holiday in the Park, which if you've never been to at Six Flags, again, it's a very, very fun event. And I no longer work there, and so I'm unbiased. I think it's a very fun
It is.
holiday event. If you've never been before, it's great.
Yeah, like you said, their themed events are very good at Six Flags.
It
I'll
is,
give them
yeah.
that.
They
Maybe
do
not the
awesome
rest of
themed
the
events.
year, but
Yeah,
when it comes to
they definitely
theming,
can work
they're
on
pretty
theming.
good. Yeah.
Yes. So all the special events are always a lot of fun. And we said, you know what? Maybe we'll get into it. So around 2018, after kind of picking up more and more responsibility, we also learned how to do stilts. And so we would do stilts during Holiday in the Park, and then we'd scare for Fright Fest. And sometimes they would have us come back for other things throughout the year. But usually starting like May or June, they would bring us back in and we'd start helping build the slider gear. We would help them train new scare actors. We would help, which is the official term, scare actors. We would,
No, all
we
right.
would,
Is it
yeah.
scare actor or character?
Either way is fine. You
Okay.
know, data, right? Who's to say? Yeah.
Oh,
Who knows? So, but yeah, same thing. Scare actor. That's all the same. We would train new scare actors, and we even got to test out new things. Like we had arm stilts for one year. They had these thing called swamp dogs, which how fitting is that?
it's great.
So I was the first ever
Swamp
Swamp Dog.
Dog.
I did it for Midsummer Scream, and then they had my brother and I teach all the Swamp Dogs that year how to do it because they liked the way we did it so much. And we had this whole photo op thing at the Fright Fest booth that year for the Swamp Dogs. And then Swamp Dogs was the big one. And we had all these cool characters. So we got to do a lot of really cool stuff at Six Flags. We had been pitching, hey, we should do a slider show, a slideshow, not the Microsoft
Ah.
PowerPoint part. But there's teams that do it around California, like the Decade Brigade's a big one. They always perform at Midsummer Scream, and the Queen
Mhm.
Mary's had a slider team, and people were doing these shows because you can do tricks with it. You run, you slide, you can jump, you can clear some people, you can go under limbo bars, you can do some cool tricks. We said, why don't we do that for Six Flags? That'd be a lot of fun. So after years of
Yeah.
pushing for it,
Yeah.
I actually got connected. One of my more proud moments, because this is again, my brother and I really worked hard to get this show started at Six Flags. We had a slider show that eventually got created, but that started from Midsummer Scream.
Mhm.
One of the years I was working it, and I met a handful of the guys that worked Queen Mary's Dark Harbor. And
Oh,
they
yeah.
said, hey, we're going to we did one last year and it was very successful, but we're doing a slider show. We're inviting all the parks to come represent. We're going to have people there from Knott's, from Universal, from the Decade Brigade, which is just guys who just perform and do this, and girls, I should say, just guys, but a bunch of very talented people who do
It's like
this
the
year round.
Olympics.
Sure. And we're going to do a big combo show. It's not going to competition. It's like a fun choreographed combination show of all of us. We all get to have fun. I said, let me get you in contact. So I was the main point of contact between Six Flags Magic Mountain and the folks putting on what they called Sliders Unite 2 was the name of that second show.
Okay.
And this is in 2018. This is happening. And the show was so successful, we invited out our managers to come. Six Flags actually paid to have a sponsor to go. We even got to name our characters and get Six Flags name tags because Six Flags
Oh.
corporate wanted us to have, say, Six Flags so people could see the makeup that we would use there, almost as a promotional, right? Since we are getting paid
Right.
to go to this. And I still have it. It's such a fun little memory I have of my name tag that had my character name at the time was Grim. I was Grim. My brother was Reaper because we were these twin characters that they had called us. Yeah, we were like twins. They made us twins. They made us twins. So we took over.
You're very close. You do look
We
very
are
similar, even without
same
makeup.
height, same weight.
Yeah.
We sound similar, and people
You
at Six
do.
Flags, even though they knew us for at 10 years by the time we left, still thought we were really twins. And when they found out we were brothers, they were blown away. But we took
Awesome.
over for twin characters that used to be there, who had the similar costumes as us. But we just kind of took it in a different direction that they liked. But
Because
we
they
got
died.
the takeover. They died. Ooh, no, they got married and moved on, not to each other, but
Oh. Oh.
it happens to the best
Okay.
of us. Anyways,
Sure does.
no, they're nice. I got to meet them once. They're both really nice guys, but they're actual twin brothers, which is funny. So we get to do the slider event at the Queen Mary. It was a blast. Got to perform with people of different parks. And then our manager said this is a lot of potential. So the next year we went in for a pitch meeting. I got to meet the entertainment president, some of Six Flags corporate, and we had a whole pitch meeting ready for him to go. They said, we like this. We want to do this. We're going to bring you on to onboard the two of you next week. And we're going to give you like some office space and let's make this show happen. So my brother and I got like a touch space in the entertainment office at Six Flags Magic Mountain for 2019. And him and I got to choreograph and create this entire slider show that became the most popular show most highly rated show of Six Flags for Magic Mountain that specific year.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Of course, then comes 2020
Oh, no.
and the shutdown
Spoiler
happens
alert.
with COVID. Spoiler
Oh,
alert.
no. COVID. Yeah.
But 2021, we got so bored during 2020. We're not supposed to work on this stuff off the clock, so keep this lips tight-lipped here. But it's okay. I know we're doing this online, but we had so much free time during COVID. We just were having fun. My brother, myself, and our friend Guillermo were just messing around with slider ideas and what we could do for a show and choreographing things just to keep us entertained because we had so much free time. We came up with such a fun show that we pitched for 2021. They picked up. That show was such an amazing show, and you can still find this on YouTube. I can send you the link, Brad, if you want.
Oh, yes, please.
The show became the most popular, it was the highest rated show of any Six Flags park across the world for the months of September and October in 2021. So we had the highest rated show of any Six Flag parks. That goes for any ones around the country.
Bravo.
At the time, Six Flags owned 23 parks. And so we had the highest rated show those 2 months.
Damn right.
It was awesome. And it was just so fun. We were riding high. It was great.
Uh-oh.
Doing stilts.
This is
I
like
know,
behind the music. Something bad's about
behind the
to
music.
happen.
And doing stilts on the side. We did stilts for the Christmas event and for the holidays, and sometimes
Right?
during the summer. They had a drive-through holiday event
It sure
that I
did.
know you and I have talked about before. But during COVID, when you couldn't go to the park, they opened the park up to drive your vehicle through.
And it was awesome, you
It
guys. It was
was.
great. It was
What a
great getting out of the
cool.
house. Yeah.
Yes,
And
that
getting to
that
drive your car on the at the park
yes. Which
with the
when have you ever
Christmas
gotten to
lights
do that?
everywhere.
I
Yeah.
remember the first time I got to drive a vehicle, like a golf cart, through Six Flags. Another thing that we used to do was work with the tech theater, the tech folks. We would help with the Fright Fest build and the Fright Fest strike. So we'd help them like load in props, like just be extra hands, basically. Nothing huge, but just be extra hands for them. And I remember the first time getting to drive around after hours on a golf cart, thinking this is so fun. So I'm really glad that other people have gotten to experience that. That's something that's very unique. And it was the only paying stilt gig that was going during COVID, which is great that I knew of. So I
At
got
least there
paid.
was one. At
Yeah, I
least
got
there was one.
paid to wave at people from their cars, being hello. My
I
my
would have
line
I would
was,
have I would have paid you to be on stilts
there you
outside my
go.
house.
Yeah, hey, room in the back for one more. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying to every car that would pass by, and to the kids.
I
Oh,
was
these are my
I would have
Elf
said yes.
Jordans.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
yes, these are my Elf Force
Wah, wah,
ones.
wah. Oh,
Can I
no,
room in
thank
the back
you.
for one more? Yes.
So
So
you're like a hitchhiking ghost from the
kind of
Haunted
yes,
Mansion. Okay.
but a giant 9 foot tall elf on the shelf. Maybe more like
Uh,
7 feet. Still,
sure.
the point gets across.
It sure does.
After 2021, Brad, that is when my we were looking for more permanent work because we were still very seasonal at Six Flags. Now they were giving us a lot of cool opportunities, and they gave me so much. Right at this point in my life, by 2021, I had fully decided to not do architecture anymore. That came around 2015 because I was
Screw
having
you,
so
architecture.
much fun performing these events and going to these conventions. I
Yeah.
said, I want to perform. I want to be in entertainment. I want to create live events. That's what always is bring me the most fun. So
Right?
fully got entertainment. So by 2021, I was actually doing PA gigs for TV. For I was on a couple different TV shows as a PA,
Mhm.
and of course, 2022. That's when I started working over at old WB as a tour guide, which
The
is a
old Warner
blast.
Brothers studio.
Oh yeah, and my brother moved out of state and got a really great entertainment coordinating job for a production company in Utah, so he had moved. And I had said to myself, well, it doesn't feel right doing Six Flags Fright Fest since he is not with me anymore, since we have been in it from the start and we had always been twin characters. I said, I don't know. And also to make things worse, in June of 2022, I applied and got hired as a full time tour guide at WB. And I just did
You're
not have the
welcome.
time. Yeah, thank you, Brad. Thank you. Thank you. I did not have the time to drive up to Santa Clarita. And, I was in talks with our old director, who's still a very talented gentleman who still works up over at Fright Fest and does all the events over at Six Flags. The creative director, his name's Mark Wing. So I always like to shout him out. Really great guy and gave us a lot of
Shout out to
experience and
Mark.
gave us great experience and was an amazing director that we got to work with for so many years. But I was emailing him and we were in talks to maybe let me be like a lead of a scare zone or a lead of a maze. Like I was gonna be like the supervisor. I was like, maybe I'll go into more of a management side of things since I performed for so long. Maybe run the slider show, as like a
Mhm.
manager. But I go, I'm working full time. I don't know if this is possible to do these hours. And I had a lot of friends who had jumped ship from Six Flags to go to Fright Fest or to go to Halloween Horror Nights over at Universal Studios and had been doing stilt walking and saying, hey, the stilts here. They're real nice stilts. The equipment, even better.
Sexy
And,
stilts.
mhm, and they're like, it pays very competitively. You should do it. It's a lot of fun. Way different than Fright Fest. You have no creative freedom really of the characters, whereas Fright Fest, you could talk and be your own character. But technologically, it's the most advanced haunt, and I'll stand by that. Halloween Horror Nights on the production side of things is the most technologically advanced haunt that I've ever seen or gotten to work with.
All
It's
right.
it's
All right.
it's very impressive behind the scenes. And so I said, well,
I've never got to see behind the scenes there.
no,
I'm
hopefully
an
you will. Yeah,
I'm a Knott's girl,
that's
so
fine. Yeah. And I don't want to spoil any trade secrets here for for the folks at Halloween Horror Nights, since who knows, I don't want get in trouble. But it's just
Oh
very
boy.
technologically advanced. They set the actors up for success at Halloween Horror Nights as far as like having, places to see guests coming, how we use the effects there. It's all set up very well.
Right.
Um,
No, you're right. I mean, they've got it down. They've got it down. The build, the tear down, all that, the
yeah.
striking, they know what they're doing.
And they
So,
give us snacks in
yeah.
the break rooms. Great.
Well, god damn it. That's all you're
But
screw you not.
yeah, I know, right? I
You're
went,
chicken.
you're chicken. I know. No, man, I heard they give them boysenberries backstage. You think that's
Oh,
true?
blah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
I bet
probably. Everyone
all
feed boysenberries.
the suits smell like boysenberry, probably.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, they're sick of it. They can't stand any more boysenberries.
I know I can't.
So, uh, we I said to myself, I'm gonna audition for Stilt Walking at Halloween Horror Nights, which I know is very competitive. If I
Mhm.
get it, I will do Halloween Horror Nights. If I don't, I'm gonna try to make Fright Fest work, or maybe I'll just take a year off. We'll see. Just focus on working at Warner Brothers. Not only did I get full time at Warner Brothers, I also got the Stilt Walking the first year over at Horror Nights. I had to audition on stilts. It was this whole process. I made it through. I was super proud of myself. I said, well, now I got to do it.
What you didn't get though was sleep.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes. It is a sleepless job, especially if you have a day job, which, by the way, 90% of the people that do these haunts have day jobs.
Well, that's too much.
Yeah. I would give it probably 90% because, everyone's got to work, everyone needs money. And
Once again, y'all are you're like carnival folk. Lovely
we are.
carnival
We
folk.
are.
But yeah, I've noticed that you'll give up everything at the drop of a hat to do a haunt. And it's not
Yes.
just you, this is like anybody I've ever talked
Hmm.
to in the business, and their face lights up and they're like, "Oh, you know, we'll just drop what we're doing and,
Yeah.
take
Because
off, scare people."
the best way to describe it to people who haven't done it before, I love calling it this. It's like going to summer camp as a kid. We call it spooky summer camp because that's what it's like. You
That
go
sounds
in.
redundant.
Hmm. You go in, you make amazing friends, you meet hundreds upon hundreds of new people,
Arts and
connections,
crafts.
people who know arts and craft, archery, pulling pranks on your counselors on the ocean or out in the, making them float out in the river on on their air mattress.
Oh
No,
boy.
but you meet so many people. People become really great friends. People out there, and this is so true. If you've worked a haunt, people are out there hooking up with each other. It's just like summer camp. It's great. It's wild. Yeah.
I mean,
There's drama.
you give me a werewolf and I can't be held responsible.
Listen, yeah, there's drama. There's people are like
This place has everything.
people are getting into relationships, breaking up, people are becoming friends. It's crazy and it's an insane and it's fun. It's just so funny. Um, and you just meet such good people. Like I have such close,
Mhm.
awesome friends that I hang out with all the time. Like people who I just saw last night who are friends of mine from these Halloween events that I've worked. And there's other people you don't see for 10 months until the Halloween event the next year. And then you get to see him again. It's just like doing horror nights. But of course, now we stay connected on social media. But it's just a fun event where you get to meet so many people and you're getting paid. And yes, it sucks because you're out there till like 3 a.m., especially at horror nights where you don't get out till 2. By the time
Mm,
you're clocked out, it's like 3, and then you go home and you're exhausted. But it's kind of exhausting. Everyone's in it together. And the rewarding moments of this job are some of the best of any event or show I have ever worked. There is so many rewarding moments, which gets people coming back year after year after year. That's what gets me coming back. It's like
right.
the friends I have, the characters I get to portray, the equipment I get to use, like at Horror Nights, especially with their huge budget and the equipment that you get to use, especially as a stilt walker, because there is different styles of stilts. Not all stilts are built the same. I'll tell you.
So I've heard.
Yes, and, just the equipment you get to use, it's just so much fun, and it's just like, what a good, fun, positive experience, and I recommend if you're a haunt fan and you feel up to the task, give it a shot, try it out, see if you like
All
it
right.
because you may like it.
All right, big dog. That leads me to my next question real quick.
Yes.
What are your top 5 tips for someone who is now listening to this like, "Oh my god, this is what I wanna do." What can you tell them? What advice?
Alright, top 5 tips,
Top 5.
always be selling, no, so, my top 5 tips are this.
Yourself, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, seriously, sell yourself, not in that kind of a way, though.
Mm.
Yeah.
Show's
No,
not
my
over.
all right. Top 5 tips are this. For every tip, one article of clothing comes off. Ooh, spooky.
That's a different podcast.
That's for sure. Yeah. Was it capes and cast members? I don't even know what you would
Yeah.
call that. Maybe Cox and cast members. Different podcast.
We'll be right back.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's my
The more,
OnlyFans.
I know, right?
All
So
right.
my top 5 tips. First of all, audition for multiple locations. It's great if you have your heart set on one haunted attraction or a theme park or anything, but audition to multiple. And here's why. Everywhere I've gotten the pleasure to scare at has been fun in their own ways. There's always pros and cons, no matter where you go to work. You might as well try it out and see what you like. There's no point in just trying out one and sticking it out the whole time. I'm glad I did. It fit what I wanted to do because I got so many experiences and training at Fright Fest that I was able to use for every other part of my life. But try out multiple haunts. It's great. And also because if you audition for multiple, you can also figure out what you want to do. Let's say one is easier to get to. You look at traffic
Hmm.
and you go, wow, getting to Universal on a Thursday seems like a nightmare. But hey, Fright Fest is open on 3 days a week, and that's a lot easier for me to get to, or not a lot easier for me to get to. Or what if it's, hey, Horror Night seems really fun, but I don't want to play an IP character where I can't talk. I want to be my own character and work on improv. Audition another, just shop around. There's no point not shopping around.
Right.
Number 2 is this. Don't be upset if something is not going your way as far as auditioning goes, because sometimes they're very particular with their typecasting and they want certain heights and certain people to do certain things. It is not a you problem. It is just what they're looking for. Especially with some of these bigger parks like Universal, who need someone that has the same height as Jason. They might not hire you if you're not the same height as Jason. And it's not your
Yeah.
fault. And there's other places that would love to hire you, right? So don't give up. Keep trying. Keep your options open. My third tip is this: is start training physically now, because it is a lot
That's
more
a big one.
physically demanding than you're going to think, especially once you know for sure you're going to be doing it. It's physically demanding both as far as, running around all night. Because if you're in a maze, you're not doing as much walking. When Matt and I used to be sliders over at Fright Fest, we would wear pedometers. We would walk 11 miles a night sometimes or more. A night.
Jeez. With
And you lose a
pills.
ton of weight. You want a six pack? Go work a haunt. You're going to lose tons of weight.
Hmm.
Especially, well, we were on Exile Hill too. We didn't even talk about the characters I did. We can get to that later. But we were literally on an incline the entire season for the first 5 years of Fright Fest.
Okay.
So just start training. And you don't have to be anything too hard, but the more physically able your body is going into this, the easier and more pleasurable of an experience it's going to be for yourself. Oh, yeah. Pleasurable. Because, you're going to want to be able to run around all night and scare, and you want to keep going, and your body will get used to it. You do condition yourself while you're working the event, but if you can, the better. Tip number 4 is start stretching now. This goes along with the physical stuff because it's physically demanding, but start stretching. And also, this goes hand in hand, is drink water. So start drinking more water and stretching, even if you're not working a haunt. And if you're listening to this, take this as an excuse to, hey, reminder, start stretching. It's so important.
It is so important,
As
especially the water.
someone who is 30 years old and probably due to the performances I've done has had a herniated disc, I
Oof.
would never not pitch the idea of, hey, maybe you should stretch. And if you do get hired at a Halloween event, stretch every night. And for the love of God and for the love of your own body, please stretch before you go to sleep. It really helps. And just drink more water than you think you need.
Hmm.
Your body needs it. And my final tip number 5 is this. No, I can't remember. I just had a total blank. Sorry, I've been doing tours all day over at Warner Brothers.
That'll
Betty
do it.
Davis, right?
So Betty Davis,
Betty
love to
Davis is
scare
Ghost.
people.
Yeah,
Yes.
Betty Davis is Ghost. No. But my 5th tip is this, and it's just be ready to go with the flow. I also give this advice a lot to people just in most jobs, but these Halloween events, you're going to be very mentally taxed. You're going to want things in a certain way. And sometimes, especially if you're working for a big haunt or a big corporation, things aren't going to go the way that you want them to. And that's
Right.
okay. You need to be able to make the most out of any situation, to show up, to smile, and just have fun with your friends because you will be making friends. And just have fun.
Boo.
It's not a contest. Everyone's there to have a good time. You make awesome, really wonderful, sometimes lifelong friends. So have a great time and enjoy the moment. I know that's cheesy, but it's true.
A
Be
little
ready
bit.
because, and you need to, that's why I'm saying be flexible because you need to be ready because it is very mentally taxing, especially if you're working your day job. There's
Right.
days where you're like, I'm so tired, and you really need to focus and just lock in and to dig your heels down and get through a night because there are some nights you're so exhausted that you're like, I can't do this, and you can.
Right.
Just remember, you got your friends and people there that are supporting you. And you
You
can
just
do it,
play.
but it's
You
difficult.
just replay this podcast over and over, and
That's
you can
right.
hear
You can
Nate
do it.
just pushing you on, everybody.
Come
No matter what you're
on.
doing, I don't care what you're doing in life. You just keep replaying this episode
That's
after you
right.
like and subscribe and tell all your friends.
That's
But
correct.
this is the moment you're gonna rewind over and over again
That's
and put
correct.
it in your earballs, and it's gonna get you through the day.
Stay flexible, stretch, and drink water. Those are 3 tips I give to people just regardless of what topic we're talking about.
It's just life.
Just in life. Be flexible, folks.
Well, we'll find out soon, Nate. Anyway, so you're now at Universal
Correct.
Studios, and you are who now?
Great
Who are you?
question. So I've done different characters throughout the years. I've been on stilts every year since. So I'm going into my 4th year of Horror Nights now. So it'll be 2025. Starting in September. We're only a few weeks out, which is wild.
I'll
I have
be
my first
there.
couple rehearsals coming in. So I won't, since we're recording this, I won't be really talking about what I'm doing this year because it's
Right?
also honestly to be, and just to be completely transparent, it's still kind of up in the air too. With an event like Horror Nights, where they're bringing in like what, like 600 to 800 people for this. There's always changes. Things are still getting moved around. So I have been told what I will be doing. There might be more added into it. I'm not totally sure yet. But going back, we can at least talk about years past. 2022, I was on the Terror Tram. That's my first year at Horror Nights. The Terror Tram, which, if for those of you listening, Universal Studios has a historic backlot. They were founded in 1912. They have these backlots that have been around for like forever. Uh, there is a studio tour that runs the day,
Boo.
which is my second favorite studio tour in
That's
California.
right.
The other ones were the 3 that I gave today. But you get to take this tram from the theme park down into the backlot. And for the first time, unless you've done the VIP tour, you get to walk the Universal backlot past the Bates Motel, the Bates House, and even through the War of the Worlds set, which is used in the movies. And they will dress it up and theme it to different themes. And they'll have people running around scaring you. And it's great.
They
In
sure will.
2022, it was Hollywood Harry, who was this clown character they had made original for Hollywood Horror Nights in Hollywood.
He kidnapped the tour guides and ate them.
Yes, and he had all their name tags on his vest. It was funny. It was a
Yeah.
great little nod to tour because those are all real tour guides' names too that they had used for
Just
that
like real
inspiration.
life. Yeah.
Like tour guides who have been there forever. They use their real names. So it's funny.
Oh, that's cute. That's great.
Yeah, isn't that cute? It's a cute little homage to their classic guides. But it was like Hollywood Harry's Halloween party, and all the different parts of the Terror Tram were themed to different Halloween themes.
Right?
It was supposed to be a big Halloween party. So you had like your pumpkins, who were like the pumpkin carvers, who were like they had chainsaws, but they were in like pumpkin garb. And then the sheet ghost party, and you're going through like a college
Ooh.
party at the Bates Motel, and there's people dressed up like sheet ghosts killing you. And then it got up to the skeletons. You went through Black Cat Alley first. We had a bunch of black
I
cats.
enjoyed the cats. Yeah,
Me
yeah.
too. Me too. And then you went through the Bat Boys, which was literal bats with baseball
Those
bats,
are
which is
bats,
funny.
yeah.
And then you went to the Skeleton Biker Gang.
Oh.
We were near the end. We were one of the last, and then you see more pumpkins after us. But the Skeleton Biker Gang, and the name of my character was Skeleton Biker Daddy.
Oh. God
Was
in
the name of
heaven.
my character.
That is the
And
name of my character now.
oh yeah, Skeleton Bike, and there was a Skeleton Biker mommy
Oh, boo.
who we'd perform with. Sometimes though, Brad, don't worry, because we would do double daddy. We'd go 2 dads out, 2
Oh.
moms out,
Oh.
because all of us down there
Could
were
I even
friends.
I could even dream.
Yeah. And so you might go through and see 2 biker mommies or 2 biker daddies. Depends on the night.
I remember. I this is when we first met, and I
Yes.
saw someone walking towards me on stilts, and you barked in my ear. I was like,
You're like,
"This is
big dog?
okay." Yeah. It was
Yeah,
nice, guys. Uh, dreams were coming true. Dreams
that's
and
right.
nightmares. Loved
But
it.
I had this skeleton face, big old bushy gray beard, and long
Mhm.
gray hair. and I was
Yeah,
wearing a real motorcycle helmet, which was
I'll take
uncomfortable
it.
because it was very heavy, and a real leather jacket, which is very
Oh,
hot. But
whew.
it was a fun character right next to the plane from War of the Worlds, which is super cool. The next year, I got to become one of the icons of the event, which was these giant crow
The
creatures,
birds, the
the
birds.
birds, which is funny because that is where they filmed Alfred Hitchcock's Birds, isn't it? Universal
Yeah,
Studios. So I was a giant crow. They have these gigantic crow creatures who are about 12 feet tall. And they don't really call them puppets, but they're basically puppets that I get to control from the inside while also being on stilts, making the entire thing about 11 to 12 feet tall, which is very cool. There is multiple of them. I won't talk too much about how the mechanics work. Once
right.
again, just we're still at the event, but
Trade secrets. Yeah,
the performer can control the head, the mouth. We are controlling the
the
hands,
whole damn
obviously, the
thing.
whole damn thing, and it's very fun. There is there's a crow family because the first year in 2022 there was just the one crow. It was so popular, they said let's bring multiple. So they built a son and a grandpa. There was a son, a dad crow who has a top hat, who the fans dubbed wasn't Universal, but the fans dubbed him Edgar Allan Crow.
Appropriate.
And you can find them in blind boxes. I actually have one back there, a blind box. Took me over 20 blind boxes that
Oh my
I kept
god.
buying with my employee discount. I would buy one a night for the 20
Of
nights, and I finally got
Funkos or little figures.
kind of like Funkos.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah,
smaller,
yeah. Okay.
and they had different icons from Horror Nights. You had some Megans, David S. Pumpkins, which is funny because NBC owns SNL, right? You
Yes.
have David S. Pumpkins, and some Orlando creatures. And I was like, I really want the Dad Crow. So this last year, I worked really hard and got Edgar Allan Crow. It took me about 20 boxes.
So you've been the daddy biker, and now you've been the daddy crow.
Correct. I was a Daddy Crow.
I'm
Actually, I
seeing a
was.
I'm seeing a
Oh
theme
yeah.
here,
Hey,
pal.
I was the dad's dad crow because I was the grandpa crow in 2023. I was this
Uh,
I had like these white gray feathers with a bald head and this big old gullet. It was real funny.
I feel that right now.
And then last year in 2024, I got to be the dad crow, so AKA Edgar Allan Crow. They also added in a mom crow character. So there was a dad crow, a mom crow who had like dreadlocks and like a bone necklace, a son crow who has a green mohawk and a nose piercing, and then on his beak, and then the grandpa crow. Uh, so we had a whole murder of crows last year. We actually had our own scare zone last year, which is awesome. And we got to be that. I also got to do a rotation system in which every couple of nights we'd swap characters to give folks a chance to kind of get out of the crows because the crows are a lot of fun, but you can't really run and do too much stilt work in the crow. So they let me also become this skull deity, which I was performing as
Hmm.
last year. The skeleton deity that's right in the front of the park underneath where the fire towers are. Because I always have these big towers that shoot off
The
fire.
big entrance when you walk into the scare part,
Mhm.
it's all fire everywhere, and
And they
there's
always have a big
barkers
scare
and
zone in the front, and
yeah,
it's real fun. It's on their New York Street backlot area of the theme park.
right.
And last year it was a court of skeletons known as Skull Lords, and I was the
Sounds like an '80s
skeleton.
toy.
You know, Skull Lords, and then
I
Skull
love them.
Lords. I was
I
the
want them all.
skull deity, the
Yeah,
deity.
you
So I
are.
was like this god character, and they have like an opening ceremony that would happen once every 45 minutes. That I would get. It was me or my double who was there with me because there's always two of us there a night. So we'll swap in and out. Who would do the ceremony every 45 minutes, which is a blast. So I got to run that, which is really fun.
Ceremony.
Ceremony. It's like a ceremony, but scary.
Now, being friends with Big Dog is always very difficult because when you go to a theme park and he's like, I can't guarantee you I'm going to be this person.
Yeah.
So you're out there trying to find him. You're like, Big Dog, and they just shake their head, no,
Uh, and then I'll
or
have yeah.
or they grab you and terrify you. Yeah,
Yes, and I'll have people coming back, "Hey, do you have friends coming tonight?" And I go, Probably, because someone was saying 'Big Dog' to every single crow. I was like, "Oh, that's funny. Who was it?"
probably
"I don't know."
some
They go,
bear.
"This beautiful bald bear who was walking through,
That wasn't me.
barking at every one of the crows." I go, "Huh,
Woof, woof.
interesting. Probably Brad. Probably Brad,
It's
yeah."
fun though.
Oh,
It's
it's a
because
lot of fun.
you stay in character. You don't break character. I'll give you
Mm,
that. When it would be easy
yeah.
just to kick me over with stilts, you don't.
True
So
that,
thanks.
yeah. I mean, that's one thing in Universal they're very strict about. They have very high standards for
Right.
show quality, which I like as a performer.
Yeah,
It's neat that people take it so seriously.
yeah.
Six Flags is a lot more loose. Now I love the Six Flags because we got to really be our own character. They would give us guidelines. Hey, don't swear at anybody. Don't say anything offensive. And if you're going to talk about someone, don't make a comment about their physical appearance.
Oh. Oh, I
Uh,
wouldn't be able to do that. I'd be bad.
Yo, and you could be real snarky. It's depending on which character you were. I was like a zombie, an Exile Hill zombie. That scare zone basically was like a haunted mansion. It's like Disney's Haunted Mansion, but R rated because everything's a lot more bloody and gory.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I was a zombie with my brother, and people called us the Exile Brothers because we were on Exile Hill, and then we were brothers. So the Exile Bros is what everyone started calling us as.
Now, you've made a really big impact
Yeah.
at, Six Flags, and last year, they put a really good tribute to you in the park.
Yeah. Yes. It was actually 2 years ago, so it was on
Okay. Oh,
their
2 years ago. Wow,
yeah, it
time
was like
flies.
2 years ago. What was I think it was their 20th anniversary? They were trying to do an homage to a lot of their old clowns because I was the zombie for many years, and then for the last 3 years, 2018, 19, and 2021, I got to portray the blue clown character, which was the most that was my favorite character I've ever gotten to play at any haunt,
Oh,
bar none, was that blue clown. I can also send you
Blue
videos for
Clown.
that. Yes. And our names are very creative. My brother was the pink and black one. I was the blue and black clown. We went by blue and pink, the clowns. We said, we don't need clown names.
Now, who needs when you have color codes like Power
When
Rangers? You're
people
fine.
would, yeah, I was the Blue Ranger. When people would, it's a really random fun fact. Now we're talking about the Power Rangers too. Did you know I'm friends with the son of the original Black Power Ranger?
That was hard to connect the dots. Walter Jones? Is
Yes.
that okay.
Yeah, his son, great guy, also works at Horror Nights.
Oh,
Funny enough, yeah, it's one of the performers. Great dude.
you're
Great dude.
6 inches away from a Power Ranger.
That's right, at all times, yeah. Or more, or less.
Ah.
Probably less.
I'm a Red Ranger guy.
Yeah, are you? I can see you as a Red
Jason,
Ranger.
yeah.
Yeah, you seem like a Red Ranger type of guy. Yeah, I always like the Blue Rangers. I just blue is my favorite color. My brother was a red guy, so he loved red.
Well, you know me, I'm colorblind, so I love all the Rangers equally.
Oh, fair enough. Yes,
Like,
because all
they're all
dogs are
gray
gray.
Rangers.
That's
Yeah,
right.
bark, bark,
I like dark gray Ranger.
as opposed to the light gray Ranger.
Yes, but we
So,
were the
alright,
blue and pink clowns.
yes,
Huh?
yes, blue and pink.
Clowns, so fun. There was somebody who used to be a clown that performed there for about 10 years. He was a pink and black clown for most of it. His name was Kyle. He was like the longtime veteran when I first started, and he was a really nice guy. Uh, they retired his costume when he had his final year. So they literally put his costume
Oh,
away, didn't touch it. Then when they wanted to make us clowns, the corporate wanted them to bring back the pink and black stripes. So they
that is how actual horror movies start,
Mhm. And they reached
come back
out.
for revenge.
Yes, they come back for revenge. They reached out to this gentleman named Kyle, and they said, "Hey, would we want to bring back the character, but we want to make sure we get your blessing first. We don't want to touch it." And he goes, "Yeah, who's portraying it?" And they said, "Oh, we're gonna make the Wise brothers. They were there with you for a couple years." And he was like, "Oh, I remember them." And they said, we're gonna have them be similar. They're gonna be like your cousins almost, but they're not gonna be the same. They're gonna have a wig, a big crazy wig. They're not gonna have so you would have like a big mohawk.
Mhm.
They're gonna look a lot different, but they wanted a black and pink as an homage to you. And then his brother Nate, who is me, is gonna have a blue and black stripe that looks just like it. We're gonna make it custom for him. And so he goes, "Yeah, sure." So we got to portray this iconic character, a cousin of this character. And then I was like the twin character to my brother's portrayal of this other guy's character. And we're the blue and pink clowns. And then they kind of ran with it. Yellow and black clown came in that same year. The next couple of years, there was a green and black clown that came in. That was our friend Guillermo, who worked with us for years, and a guy Cole, who played this character called Tweak the Clown, who was like yellow and black, who had actually been there before we had started being clowns too. So he was,
I think we dated.
and he and I had started the same year at Fright Fest together as well. So he's a good friend of mine. So he's a good guy. But yeah, so like a lot of friends, and we got to be clowns all together. It was so much fun because that's really just crazy. You get to kind of say and do whatever you want. We were
Right?
sliding as well, but you're walking around and people would be like, "What's your clown voice?" I go, "I don't really have one." We would just mess around, and we were just improving left and right, being funny, big, silly guys. And we were told, "We're putting you as clowns because obviously you and your brother are funny, but we trust you to be safe and to not be offensive. So we're giving you this power because we know you're not going to take it too far. And we didn't. We
Fair,
didn't.
fair, fair.
I got in a lot of shenanigans, but we did not take it too far. And boy, was that a fun, crazy time, you know.
So what do they do? They give you a mural.
They gave us a mural after portraying those characters for 3 years. They painted a mural of our clown characters. It was me and my brother, and right between us was our friend Guillermo, a longtime friend of ours who was the green and black clown. The 3 of us had our own mural together. The yellow and black clown, whose name was Tweak, his name was Cole in real life. He also got a mural of his own, and a few of the clowns they're still currently got their own mural, and then a bunch of the ones from years past. So they were kind of paying homage to their most iconic clown characters. Because one thing that Six Flags does that I think is really neat, if you portray a character and make it your own for long enough, they give you what they call icon status, quote unquote.
Ooh.
And you get to become an icon character. It's this big thing. They give you like an award, a shout out at the end of the year, because they always do like Scare Actor of the Year or like Maze Actor of the Year. Horror Nights does the same thing as well. So Horror Nights does the same thing.
Oh, I
And
do love an award.
oh yes, and I can tell you about some of the ones I've won. I actually have some of them up on my wall right behind me, which is funny. Uh, but we won a couple of awards at Fright Fest, including the Icon Character Award more than once. So we made the Exile characters, the 2 brothers, go Icon because Six Flags recognized us with this like little certificate saying like people have been recognizing you online, and we've been getting emails basically saying like, oh, we want to see those brothers again. So people were like recognizing us and coming back to see us. So they gave us the Icon status. But then they said, unfortunately, we're bringing back the clown scare zone because it was gone for a few years because of the Suicide Squad had a scare zone there.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, Suicide Squad's scare zone. So the clowns are back.
Yeah.
The clowns are back. There is a big grand retaking of that area, and they wanted to go really big with it. So they took my brother and I and the people that they knew they could trust and put us in the scare zone together to relaunch the scare zone. And after 3 years, we got a second recognition from Six Flags saying you have gone Icon a second time. So we've made
That's
2
like it's like double platinum.
basically, yeah, it was
Yeah.
really a huge honor. We got 2 Icon Character Awards, meaning that we have made 2 different characters iconic to Six Flags corporate, like officially recognized by Six Flags corporate, Big Brother, yes. So, very fun. And we also won something called the Vanguard Award there as well, which they give out to longtime performers or makeup artists or folks who've just been working there for a long time. So we were able to win that, which is another big honor. And after we won the Vanguard Award, before we went Icon a second time, the next year they said, well, we don't feel right giving you more awards. So would you like to sign the awards this year? So we actually got to sign, like, it was like signed by these folks here. And it was like our creative director, my brother and I, and a couple other folks who had won that Vanguard Award. They're like, we're going to have you sign all the awards now. So that was kind of cool.
You reached the top. There's nowhere else to go.
And to
That's
prove
awesome.
to you and to prove to myself as well, this was not a popularity contest. 2022 rolls around. I go to Halloween Horror Nights, Terror Tram, doing stilts. My first year there, I won Scare Actor of the Year for the Terror Tram in 2022 as well.
Wow.
Which
You're
is
the
award
Meryl
I have
Streep.
hanging
You're the
up.
Meryl Streep of haunts. I
Yeah.
love it.
Well, I just, I work hard. I tell a lot of jokes, and they when they made a little speech for me when they announced it in front of the whole cast, because they gave it to 3 of us because Terror Tram had a cast of like over 100 people. So we're gonna give out 3 of these. When they were talking about me, one of the big things, we're like, oh, well, obviously he works hard, but he tries to keep spirits up backstage, which I'm like, yes, that's all I'm doing because it's very physically and emotionally taxing. And some people start to crash out by the end of the year. So I'm just trying to lift everyone's spirits. I'm just trying to keep everybody energized. So I do what I can.
Dear listeners, dear viewers, that is something Nate does very well wherever he is. No matter what the situation, he is always positive, and
Try my
he
best.
will definitely, if he can make someone as grumpy as me have a pretty good day, he deserves an award, you guys.
Thank
He
you,
deserves
Brad.
an award.
Thank you. But I work hard. I do what I can. I do what I can, but I just enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's such a good time.
All right, Nate. Now, literally, we could talk for hours about
Mhm.
this, but what I want to do is we'll continue this later. We will have a second part when it's closer to Halloween, once the
Fantastic.
haunts have opened, and we'll want to touch base with you again.
Sure.
But before we leave, I want your top 5. I love top 5s. Top 5s do's and don'ts for
Ah.
people going to see mazes
Oh
at any theme park.
yeah, I love this, Brad. Thank you for asking me this. And folks at home, especially for the don'ts, please listen carefully. Please. As someone who is, and again, I could talk about this for hours. Someone who's been touched and hit and harassed in these mazes and haunted
Oh,
events so many times, even more so than when working with Brad.
I know, right? I mean, that's just a Tuesday.
But
Wherever I am is a horror maze, by the
that's
way.
correct. Yeah, that's right. But yes. So let's go over. Let's I guess let's start with the don'ts first. I would say for the don'ts, it'll say you'll see this in all the signs, but please, 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 please do not touch the performers. We are not doing this because we hate you. We are doing this because we are fun and we are friends trying to be silly and have silly stories to tell when we go to Denny's at 3 a.m. in the morning that night to have food and discuss our nights. That's why we are doing this. It is not to personally offend you. Please do not touch us. This is not personally against you at all. We are human beings, and I understand some people are reactionary. That's fine.
Oh,
They
yeah.
throw their fists up when they get scared. That's totally understandable, especially at Six Flags with the big refillable cups. I would get hit by those all the time because,
Oh,
and it's reactionary. That's totally okay. We get it. We understand. But do not grab the performers. Do not touch the performers. I have been hit. I have been tapped on the shoulder. I turn around, bah, punch right to the
oh,
face. I've been
God.
sprayed in the eyes by Listerine. That was one of the worst
Like
at Six
a breath
Flags. Yeah.
spray?
They tap me on the shoulder. I turn around, spray, spray,
Jesus
spray in my eyes.
Christ.
I have been groped,
Mm,
especially on stilts. I get my
mm,
butt touched like once a weekend, and
well,
not in the fun way.
mm.
So please, 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 please do not touch the scare actors. Second of all, too, just I'm not even telling you if you. I mean, obviously, people. Oh, I'm not scared. I don't care. That's fine if you're not scared. I go and I go. Whoa, that's fun. Like I jump a little bit, but I'm not sitting there screaming terrified. Don't go through and just be like a cardboard cutout. Like try to have fun while you're going through. 'Cause some people walk through just stone cold. Like at least smile, nod, acknowledge that I'm working to try to like enter. We're trying to scare you, sure, but if we can't scare, at least we're trying to interact with you, right? It's kind of an
I
issue with
can't I can't lie. I'm the one that walks with the arms folded because that's how I
yeah.
cope with it.
Do you at
But
least
then
smile or
but
nod?
I will,
Yeah,
to certain I'm like, "You guys are doing." I'll tell them, "You guys are doing a great job." I'm
that's
just
awesome.
super freaked out.
That's fine, and we love that. We love that, right? Some people go through, they're like, "Are you guys not even having fun?" Or they'll just like stare you down. They're trying to be tough. I don't know. It's this weird thing. Some people are so just have a good time. Don't go through the maze number 3 and point out where people are. Oh, I see scare over here, or like, it's just don't do that. And don't ruin it for other people around you. Other people are
Right.
behind you. Just be considerate. Number 4 would be this too. Do not be offended if you are begging me to come scare your friend or you're pointing like this at somebody as they're walking in front of you. If I can, I will try to go scare them if it's possible. I will do my best because I'm trying to get to as many people as possible. Besides the two of you, there are about 3,000 other people in my eye shot that I have to get to. I am going to do what I can. I will try, and if I don't, please don't be offended. I'm not doing it because I hate you. I legitimately just don't have time.
It's a
Please.
numbers game. It's a numbers game.
It's a
Yeah.
numbers game. It's a sprint, not a marathon.
Yeah.
And number 5, don't once again, if we can't stop for photos, please don't be upset. Six Flags is okay with us taking photos with people, as long as we kind of kept moving. They're like, "Oh yeah, don't stop for a long time, become a photo op." But if you want, it's up to your discretion. At Universal, for the most part, people are told to keep moving and to not really stop for pictures. It's not because we hate you. It's just because we're doing our job and we're trying to keep it an immersive experience for everybody. Your selfies of you stepping in front of me, especially when I'm walking in stilts, especially lugging around a
Hmm.
45 to 50-pound crow costume, your bright light camera in my face is actually making it so I can't see where I'm walking and I could trip and fall or maybe even kick you. So please be careful. I will try to move out of your way. Just be respectful. It's just general things you think wouldn't be something you have to tell people, but it
Sure.
is.
They're
That's my
they're
5
in
notes.
they're in their event mentality,
Oh, yeah.
they're not thinking,
Yes.
but those are great.
And my top 5 do's is, and this again, have fun, but seriously, like, enjoy yourself. This is a fun thing. I get that the lines are long. I get that you're out there all night. Uh, be understanding the actors, we're all out there performing as well and trying our best. And there's some nights, it's like our fifth night in a row of doing this or fourth night in a row. We've been working all weekend. Some of us with day jobs having to do doubles back and forth every day. We are trying our best. So if you are having fun, it makes our life so much better. Like any job, right? Even if you're just
Right.
smiling and nodding, a thumbs up, a laugh. I've had people like grown 6.5 feet tall guys who are taller than me say, nice try, but you're the first person to come for me all night. Thank you. Like, I'm like, good. I'm glad because everyone's there for the same reason. They want to be, even if you're not getting scared, just to be interacted with, just have
Right.
fun. I go through, I don't like get scared that often, but I'll go, yeah, I'm just like yelling, hyping people up, trying to like, like smiling. Just enjoy yourselves, right? Enjoy yourself, have fun. Uh, drink lots of water. Again, going back to my other tips. You're gonna be on your feet all night, man.
You're working for big water, aren't you, Nate?
I am.
The
I'm a
water
big component of the
control.
stretching and drinking water. I've been drinking water while we're doing this. But just drink water. You're gonna be on your feet all night, so just be ready for that. Take breaks for yourself too, right? You don't have to worry about being on every line every single part of the night. I understand that you want to see everything, but take care of yourself. It's so much more important than being miserable because you waited in line for an hour, you're tired. The next thing you know, you're going to be grumpy when someone comes out to scare you. You're not going to have fun. So just have fun,
Right.
right? It's a
Yeah.
theme park. At the end of the day, it's a theme park. And people get irritable when they go to theme parks and they're waiting in line all day and you're tired. I get it. So drink water, take care of yourself. Also, uh, prepare for long lines, especially if you're going to a big haunt. Be understanding. If you can save up for a front of the line pass, do it, or try to find a way to make sure you're sitting because
Oh yeah.
it's so helpful, especially at horror nights. It gets so long sometimes. If you come on a Saturday, I
Good
warned
luck.
you.
Yeah.
Good luck. Unless you have like a multi-night pass, that's fun. But uh,
Pick
you
be realistic. Pick one or two things because you're not going to be able to do most.
correct and
Yeah.
be realistic about it. And also, with that being said, if we're going to a theme park haunt, I would recommend another one of my do's is this: avoid the stuff you can see year round. This is a special event, and these theme parks are pulling these haunted houses out of thin air sometimes, spending thousands of dollars on these
Right.
really awesome sets. That's why you're there is to go see these mazes and stuff. You don't have to worry about rides and food, and the shows are fun because those are themed as well, or food might be themed, which is fun. But to really try to prioritize the haunted attractions, unless you're there to you want a little bit of a buffer. I get that as well. That's fine, but prioritize the haunted attractions as well. And I would say my last thing on this list, just like last time, now I'm blanking on my fifth one. I had a really good one as I was talking, and now I'm just blanking out on this. The ghost, the little poltergeist came and stole it out of my head. Whoop.
The
But
nebulous fifth rule.
nebulous fifth. So let's see. Oh yes, my other big tip that I tell everybody. There's other things to do at these Halloween attractions other than just going through the mazes all night. And I think that people don't know that you can do this. This is the best kept secret of Halloween attractions for big theme parks, especially.
Go on.
If there is a scare zone or a scare area, or there is characters being atmospheric, you can try to interact with them, and you can also stop, find a place to sit, and you can watch. And that is one of the most fun things to do. If you've never done it, try it. If you go to Fright Fest or Knott's or Halloween Horror Nights, now you are still technically in the area, so you could still be
You'll
scared
get
even if you're
scared.
sitting there.
Yeah.
But sit down, find a park bench. Like, oh my gosh, find a place to sit, grab a water, grab some popcorn. I'm serious, go get some theme park popcorn, sit down, and watch the performers work because when you think about the performers as being people like me who are they're having fun and ready to go backstage because they did a potluck with pizza in their break room
Oh,
and they're just trying
fun.
to get through their next 45 minutes. They can go on break to get some more pizza. We're just having fun and we're working super hard and we're running around all night. So go sit in the scare zone. Go watch the performers. See if they walk up and interact with you. They might, especially if that's at a place where they can talk like Fright Fest. They definitely will come up and interact with you. Talk back to them. Try improv with them a little bit if they can talk. And just watch them because it's kind of fun seeing other people being scared. I think people forget about that. They think, oh, I got to just run through the scare zone. No, you can sit and watch. We don't care. You don't realize how many people at any place. We would have people come to us at Fright Fest who would come to Fright Fest 10, 11 times throughout the whole season. They would come like once a weekend, twice a weekend with their season passes. And they would just sit and they go, "Oh, tonight we're just gonna sit in the clown zone all night and watch." Or at horror nights,
That
we have
is
people
that
coming to
is one
watch.
thing that is one thing that Knott's does really well with their fog. That is you can just stand there and just watch people scream and fall, like, for hours. It never gets old. When they pump in, like, extra fog, shit is gonna go down. It's gonna be great.
It's fun. It's fun to watch people get scared. It's just a blast. That's what got me into it, right? It's just so fun getting to sit there and see, what's scaring other people and like the fun things, the little fun moments. And especially when you realize, hey, all these people out here, all these very talented performers, they're all friends. They're just having a good time. Sometimes we double up with each other and we interact with each other and we're just out there to have fun, you know? And if you have your camera on me, if you're just filming and I see you filming, even though I can't really stop for a photo, I will try to come up and interact with you, give you some kind of footage. As long as you're not getting in my face. If you're respectfully sitting on the side and watching, and I see you watching for a while, I'm gonna try to reward you a little bit.
Note to self.
Mhm.
Well, that those are awesome tips. Please, 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 yeah. They're people, they're working a job, and we all, especially guys, I see a lot of guys like, "I'm not gonna be scared." Just let
Don't scare
yourself be
my girl,
scared.
bro.
Yeah,
Don't scare
yeah.
my girl, bro. It's like, I don't wanna scare your girl anyways.
Just just have a good time, you guys. Just have a good
Please.
Halloween's only once a year, just
Mhm.
just have a blast because that's what the scare actors are there for.
Oh, yeah. We're having fun
And
too.
we will go into some other stuff on our next episode together because there's a lot I want to ask you, but we're
Yes.
going a bit long. Before I let you go, Nate, where can these kids get a hold of you or see your stuff?
Absolutely. Right now, I'm just really on one social media, which is Instagram. I hopefully will get more into live streaming and more content in the future. When I'm done with Horror Nights and have more free time, because I'm about to go to 7 days a week of work. Uh,
Mm,
from basically August, I think August 30th through November 5th. I just calculated will be how long I am working 7 days straight. So
tired big dog.
that's correct. So find me on Instagram right now. It's Sharknado, SharkNate 0. So Sharknado. It's the public profile. You can go on there. I have some photos from Horror Nights, Fright Fest, and shoot me a message if you have any questions about auditioning, what the audition looks
100.
like.
Shoot him questions. Nate is super sweet. He will do his best to
Please.
answer your questions.
I
I know he
will.
will.
I will. I teach stilts. If anyone wants to learn stilts, hit me up. I teach it. I train. Yep.
All right, Mr. Sharknado. Thank you once again for being on my show.
Of course.
Once again, I could talk to you forever, or I could just stare into your piercing blue eyes until I pass out. Look at sheepers creepers.
Cheapers peepers.
Where'd you get those peepas? All right, Nate, I'm gonna let you go.
Alrighty.
Everybody out there, you can reach me. I am Bradley Bearer 3000
Woo!
on all the things, wherever it is, wherever producer Daniel's putting. I know, right? Um, we appreciate you listening, watching, whatever you do, and tell your friends, tell your enemies. Do the generic like and subscribe. Don't leave feedback because I don't like it. But I would like to thank producer Daniel out there. He's the one that puts the show
Woo.
together,
Thank you,
and
Daniel.
he reins me in, so that's always a plus. Till next time, everybody, go to a theme park, dress
Please.
up as your favorite superhero, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great day, guys.
So long.